Today we're gonna witness one of the most fascinating transformations in the animal kingdom. From tadpole to frog, a transformation that is both miraculous and mysterious. But before we jump into that, let's learn a little bit more about tadpoles and frogs. Tadpoles are the aquatic larvae of frogs. They are born with a tail and gills, which help them breathe underwater. As they grow, they go through a series of changes to adapt to life on land. But what triggers those changes and what makes them turn into frogs? Today, my frog tadpoles are actually getting legs. That's right, what basically happens during metamorphosis of a tadpole is that as they grow, they'll start to get hind legs and then ultimately get front legs, and that's when they actually come out of the water. These are actually Amazon milk frogs, and these are the first frogs that we have ever produced here, so that is absolutely amazing. But when they're at this stage, when they start to get legs like this, you actually have to start giving them land to get out of. So Jessica doing a great job of taking care of these tadpoles. She's actually going to set up new setups for these guys so that as they metamorphose, they'll actually be able to crawl out onto land. And it's so cute because when they crawl out on land, they'll still have that little tadpole tail as it shrinks up, and then over a week or two, the tadpole tail actually goes away and they become little tiny frogs. Little tiny Amazonian milk frogs. How freaking awesome is that? And take a look. These are actually the Amazon milk frogs that laid the eggs right here. This pair is the pair that actually had the eggs. It's so cool to see them not only have eggs and tadpoles, but now those tadpoles turning into this little cute little monkey. I mean, look at the face on this. You're gonna be a mama. Are you excited? Oh my God, they're so cute. Mike, have you ever heard of a polywog?
Polywog?
Yeah, you don't know what a polywog is.
Somebody from Harry Potter.
You're right about that, but what is it in the animal world? You've never heard of a polywog. Have you guys ever heard of a polywog?
We're gonna decrease the amount of water to about an inch. This one will have a lid too, because they'll start crawling out. And in a couple weeks, maybe a week, I'm not 100% sure, this is the first time I've done tadpoles, we'll go on to the next setup, which will be probably a 10-gallon to start with, and we'll do sphagnum moss and like UVB lighting. These guys over here. The fun part's trying to catch them because they are pretty fast.
Oh my God, look at them. The chiller is working great. The temperature is at 70 degrees now, and hopefully this will be the kind of result of what we needed to keep these things alive, because the fish buy has been down for about a month now, just because we just got to a point where like we just keep buying the fish and they keep dying. So let's hope this is actually the solution. We know we tested the water. All the water quality is absolutely perfect in these guys, so we shouldn't have a problem there. Now it's just a matter of getting the fish in and hoping for the best. Oh, and they're little tiny ones too. I hope these guys do all right. Let's see. I think we've got 100 per tank, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll float them in there from anywhere from 30 minutes to 60 minutes. Then we'll release them, and hopefully these fish will actually survive, do really well for us over the next little bit. It's gonna be more refreshing when you put your feet in here now. Instead of being 80 degrees, it's gonna be 70 degrees.
We're just gonna pull the ones today that have front legs, and I'll have to do this every morning and check who has front legs. Super close, you can kind of see like where the front legs are beginning on that one.
Oh, the little bumps?
Yeah, the little bumps that are kind of white. That's so cool. Looking at these guys, I bet tomorrow we come in and there's at least 5 to 10 more that we're gonna transfer over. So super exciting.
All right, Mark. Did you just call him Mark?
All right, Mark.
Okay, Mark. All right, Mike. So a polywog is actually just another name for a tadpole.
Oh, I know what that is.
As the tadpole grows, it begins to develop legs and loses its tail. This is the first sign that it's preparing for life on land. Next, its gills start to shrink and its lungs start to grow. This allows it to breathe air and live on land. Finally, its skin starts to thicken and its body shape changes. It becomes more streamlined and starts to look like a frog. And just like that, tadpole has turned into frog. Frogs are amphibians, meaning that they can live in the water and on land. Right, Elvis? They have strong legs to help them jump and escape from predators. They also have sticky tongues that they use to catch insects, their primary food source. But there's so much more to frogs than meet the eye. Did you know that some frogs can change color to blend in with their surroundings? And some species of frogs can even use their voices to attract mates and scare off predators. But the most surprising fact about frogs, some species are capable of laying up to 25,000 eggs at a time. Check it out! Oh my God! Already the frogs are climbing up the wall. I mean, they're little frogs already. You can see that little tail is still there. That'll go away here in the next couple days. We have 2 frogs in here that are literally out of the water. They're already starting to look like little milk frogs. It's crazy. And all of these are just a handful of days behind where these guys are right here. Wow, guys, I am so stoked. This is one of the most exciting things we've ever had happen. Look, you can start to see the pattern coming on their feet.
It's just so different than like any of the other stuff we do.
Yeah,
it's
right.
So cool.
Yeah, it's like, because normally we just have eggs and then they hatch, you know,
Yeah.
not to see them metamorphose over time is just absolutely incredible. Wow.
So it looks like we got a few more we gotta catch and put in here too.
Put in there, and yeah, because they're probably going to go.
I didn't know it happened so fast.
That happened so fast. I mean, literally, like, wow. That is so cool. This is amazing. One of the cooler things that we've ever done here for sure. These guys have been floating in here for a good hour or so, so they should definitely be good. I can't find my big net, so I have to use a little tiny net. Definitely the smallest Gira fish that we've gotten, so I guess the small net is going to have to do. And like I always mention, you don't want to put the same water that they came in into your tank. You always want to net them out. So these guys are in here, and hopefully this temperature now, 70 degrees, is going to finally solve our problem and keep our Gira alive. That's cold. Next bag. Be free. Last bag. That's all our Gira in the tank. I'll keep you guys updated. It's been an exciting day getting really cool things. Frogs, Gira fish, gotta love it.
They have their legs, like they'll let me just like push them in there into the cup. When they're like just tadpoles, they just swim right away from me. Down the edge of the cup. So cool. Looks like we've got 10 more that we put in here today. We should have lots of little frogs soon.
Dad,
Yay.
those are real. That's a real frog right there.
I know.
That's a milky frog leg and arms.
Isn't that crazy? It's wild that they go from that to that so quickly, huh? They're little frogs.
And these were all born at the same time?
Same time.
We're gonna make the next setup for the frog. Move into once all of the tadpole tail has absorbed. So we're gonna use the moss as our substrate. So we got our sphagnum in here. Now we just gotta wet it down. I've got some dechlorinated water here, and you always want to use dechlorinated water. Working the frog. That in there. There's a lot of peaceful noises in here with the bubblers and the cricket noises. I'm trying to get it all like wet because it was so compressed that it's like really dry in the middle. But once we get it all wet, I'm gonna press it down. We want to make it to where they're not gonna ingest any of it when they go to eat the fruit flies. Gonna put a UVB up here and that'll be it.
And there you have it, from tadpole to little frog, all in one video. One of the most mysterious things in the animal kingdom. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember, all right, Mark.
Did you just call him Mark?